Hey yo, what's going on everybody? It's Tylarious. In this video we're talking about something that is kind of blowing up right now in the GTA community. And it's not good. It's not bad, but not good. A lot of rumors swirling around. You guys have probably already heard about this. A lot of people are making videos talking about this. There is information coming out. There could be another possible GTA 6 delay. Yeah, all the way back until 2027. Now, as the GTA community is, blowing up over this, a lot of people are talking about it, making content, making videos. I wanted to give you guys my opinion and just kind of talk to you about this and just kind of, bring you up to speed if you maybe are not fully aware of what's going on. So all of this GTA 6 delay until 2027 speculation, rumors, is stemming from a interview that Jason Schreier has done on Spotify, and where they talk about, GTA 6 and what's going on with it and just some of his info that he's got. Now, if you don't know, Jason Schreier is someone who is, has their finger on the pulse in the gaming industry. He reports for Bloomberg about the video game industry, there's a lot of money in video games. Let's be clear on that. And this person has a history of, being reliable, reputable, or just having their finger on the pulse, right? So let me just cover some bullet points from the interview, and we'll talk about this a little bit further. Okay, so Jason goes on to say that he does feel that this release date is more real than the fall 2025 or the May 2026 did. So he feels like the November 19th, the current release date that Rockstar has for GTA 6, this feels the most real of all of them. Okay, but he goes on to say that he believes it's really hard to say right now if the game will release in November, and he doesn't think that anybody at Rockstar is totally certain that they'll make it. He says that he has heard that the game is not content complete, that developers are still finalizing missions, they're adding other content and deciding, what will make it into the actual final game. Jason goes on to say that he hopes that Rockstar gets this done soon so they can start the bug fixing phase. They have to start working, once you get a finalized product for the game, now you have to go back through. It's kind of like your final edits, right? And make sure all the bugs are out of there. He says that the entire stock of Take-Two lives or dies on this game. And that is 100% true. I've talked about that before when I cover their earnings report calls. It's, Take-Two and Rockstar, that's, Rockstar is their bread and butter. GTA is the bread and butter. You can say, Red Dead sold 70, 80 million copies. They got 2K on there. They got Zynga. No, Rockstar is the anchor of Take-Two, that company. It's the anchor of the stock for sure. And we'll talk more about that here in just a minute. And he says that Rockstar cannot settle for anything less than perfection as the stakes are so high. And that Take-Two would rather let it slip again than release it in a compromised state. We've seen so many times what happens. These developer companies, they give in to the pressure of the fans on Twitter screaming for the game to be released. They release it and it's total, poo-poo water, right? It's not good at all. And it ruins the game, and, people request refunds and it just dies out, it drops out. So they have to, get this right on delivery day one. So they'd rather let it slip than release it unpolished, which honestly, I'm okay with that. I really am, I really am okay with that. Jason goes on to say that PlayStation is the main platform for GTA 6 and that Sony is planning their entire lineup around it. So they need a solid date as well, right? And then this is where the whole 2027 delay is kind of, amplified. Jason goes on to say that Take-Two's fiscal year ends in late March of 2027. So they still have a little bit of a window if they want to release the game in the same fiscal year. And that's all about, their investors and things like that to get it on the books. So that's possible now. March really, or, somewhere in there, maybe push back a few more months. So again, that's where the 2027 new release window rumors are coming about, is because it's still the same fiscal year. So I have been on record a couple of times, several times, saying that I think that, come hell or high water, that Rockstar is going to release GTA 6 on this November 19th date in 2026. That makes perfect sense, holiday season. But after hearing this, after hearing that the content is not, their missions are still being worked on, they're not in the bug fixing phase, we've got what? We've got 9 months, 10 months roughly until, the game should be released. And technically that could be enough time, but it is cutting it very close. I mean, so Rockstar would have to go back to that crunch, kind of environment that they, don't want to do. They want to make sure they give their employees a good work-life balance. But if they really want to meet this deadline, if they're still adding missions and still trying to figure out what's going to make it in, you need about a solid, I would say, 4 to 6 months of going through the game. I'm not a game developer, I don't know how long it takes, but just to get those bugs out, you have to play the game several times, run it through different, scenarios. And I would say, 4 months on like a crunch, on a very stressful work, environment, that could be done. And you could still meet this date. But after hearing this, there's still several phases of this game that aren't, total. But we don't know like how deep into those phases that they are. So this release date is still, I think it's still very possible. I went from like 98%, but I'm down to like 75% now. There is a much stronger possibility now. I'd say about a 25-30% chance that this does get rolled back again. And it's just funny how this stuff comes out. Look at this. These are just delay rumors, right? Just rumors. Nothing is confirmed, but the gaming industry is so locked into what Rockstar, Take-Two, and GTA 6 are doing that the misreporting and misinformation led to Take-Two shares falling on a non-existent delay of Grand Theft Auto 6. They lost millions of dollars in stock and market price or market cap or whatever. So that's just wild. Jason Schreier came out and said this. He says, this is a complete misunderstanding of what I said, which is that I wouldn't be shocked if GTA 6 does come out this fall, following the same delay pattern as RDR2. Of course, another delay is possible. It's a video game, but this blog post is very misleading, right? Just reach out to me. It's not hard. So, he picked up on this. He's just talking about, what he's heard. And because his word does hold weight in the community and in the gaming, culture, people pick up on this and they run with it and they're like, okay, that's it. GTA 6 getting delayed, right? But, like he says, there is real, concern, and there is always a possibility. You never know. You just don't. That's always going to be out there. But he still thinks that, it's a very good possibility the game gets released on the November 19th release date for 2026, as do I. I think it's still very strong that they release it during this time. But, it is still possible that they get delayed, especially now that we know, or that, he has heard that they're still trying to get things taken care of. And that's fine. I'm okay with it, because that is an absolute truth that GTA 6 cannot be released all buggy and wonky and broken. People will be like, oh, we waited all this long and the game is broke, right? So much rather wait and get it right. Do it right the first time, measure twice, cut once. We all know that, and you're good to go. So there you have it. That's what's been going on in the GTA community recently. Just a lot of, talk about this, a lot of rumors, a lot of speculation. So I wanted to give you my point of view and just talk to you about this, bring you up to speed. Let me know what you think about this in the comments down below. Do you think GTA 6 is going to get delayed until 2027? Or do you think they're going to stand firm and make the November 19th, 2026 release date? Let me know in the comments down below, all right? Like I said, I'm good with it getting delayed. This will be the biggest form of media entertainment ever, so it needs to be right on day one. You can't fully get rid of all the bugs, but you can get close enough to where it's a very clean and smooth release, right? So let us know what you think in the comments. Thank you all so much for watching. You know what to do. Make sure you're subscribed to my channel for the illest or realest content in the game. Smash that like button. We'll see you guys in the next video, all right? Peace out. Yeah.